Everyone cams on. This was the last problem that we did. Hope everyone revised the notes. Let's start off with a problem. So we have a hinge here and there is a rod. And you're applying a force F here, M and L. So F is applied at the end of a rod which is hanging. Find alpha of the rod, angular acceleration, and acceleration of center of mass of rod. So rod का center of mass is there ना, उसका translational acceleration. Get it? You have a rod hanging, mass m length L. You're applying a force F at the bottom. So the rod will start rotating. So find the angular acceleration of the rod and the acceleration of center of mass of the rod. Hope the question was clear. I hope everyone is able to visualize. Any doubts in the question, please ask me. Any answers? See, what are the forces? Force F, mg, hinge reaction, right? And the rod will rotate with alpha. If you take torque about the hinge, torque due to nx, torque due to ny, torque due to mg, and torque due to f. This is equal to I about hinge into alpha. Nx is 0, ny is 0, mg is 0. Only f ka torque is there, which is f into L. What is I about the hinge? ml square by 3 alpha. So alpha would be 3f by ml. Does this make sense? Clear, everyone? Any doubts on this? Rahil, clear?
Yes, sir.
Sean, clear, na? Simran? Tanya? Okay. Then what about a center of mass? Now say about this hinge. This is your center of mass. How is the center of mass going? It's going in a circle aisa. So what is the acceleration? R alpha. What is R? L by 2. क्योंकि ये L by 2 है ना circle का. So L alpha by 2 will give you 3f by 2m. That's the acceleration of center of mass. So find alpha, then the center is going in a circle, so r alpha. R is L by 2. Put it down. Clear with this next one. Let's say similar one. We have a rod. This is hinged at the center. M and L. We are applying a force F here. The distance of L by 4. This point is A. Find alpha, acceleration of A, and number of rotations in time t. How many times will the rod go in circle? Number of rotations in time t. F is always perpendicular to the rod. Get it? So this rod will start rotating like this now. No? It will become like this. F is like this. And the rod will become like this. F is like this. So you're just pushing the rod always like that, perpendicular. Just cam on. Sorry. Keep your cams on, everyone. Any answers? See.
Alpha is 3F by ml.
I think so. Let's see. So this is your rod. This is the hinge. You're applying force F here, L by 4. So torque about the hinge would be FL by 4 is equal to I about the hinge into alpha. So FL by 4, what is I about the hinge? ML square by 12. About the center, na? So alpha would be 3F by ML, right? The point A is here. How is A going? A is going in a circle. So this acceleration would be A is equal to L by 2 alpha. The radius is L by 2. So acceleration of A is L by 2 alpha. So that would be 3F by 2M. Got till here? What about number of rotations? We know this formula, na? Delta theta is omega initial into time plus half alpha t square, circular motion. The angle rotated would be omega is 0 initially, half alpha is 3F by ml t square. What is number of rotations? Suppose if I say the angle rotated is 720 degrees, how many revolutions is that? Delta theta by 2 pi, na? So be careful with that. What you got is angle rotated. This is angle rotated. You want number of rotations, so you have to divide by 2 pi. So this would be 3F t square by 2ml 1 by 2 pi. Check it out. That's your answers. Ask me if you're confused anywhere. Look at each and every step. Any doubt, please ask me. Clear? Next one.
So can you go back to the previous questions? So done.
So here we have a cylinder and there is a rope like this. So this is a solid cylinder. So a string is wrapped around a cylinder. It is like your thread ka spool, okay? You have a thread now, thread ka this bundle thing. You catch on one side and you pull the string. So this will rotate like this, and the block will come down. Able to visualize? So a string is wrapped around a cylinder. Right, and tied to a block at one end. The block will start coming down. So there is no slipping here. The question is, find the acceleration of the block, alpha of the cylinder. Think about it. I'll show you in a minute. So this is a little different from what you have done now. So basically the cylinder is also rotating. The block is also coming down. So you have to find the acceleration of the block. Give it a try. Think about for a minute, then I'll show you. today. How many are missing? Sure, all are there. This is not there for Sunday exam. Huh? Whatever we are doing today is not there for Sunday exam. This is there for next Sunday. Put it down. Think for a minute what you can do. And let me show you one model. Then you can try the rest. Let me show you one. Listen carefully. First, the general way of solving this. Then I'll show you some other way to solve it faster. FBD, tension, mg, tension. Right? On the pulley, there are three forces. On the block, tension, mg. What is this T dash? T dash is this string ka tension. Na? There are two different strings. The block is going down with A. This is rotating with alpha. You're taking torque about the center. If we take torque about center, T dash ka torque is 0, mg ka torque is 0. So we'll stop writing such things which are 0. That will be T into R na, only this tension ka torque, because this is the perpendicular distance. That is equal to I about the center of mass into alpha. So TR, what is the disk ka moment of inertia? Solid cylinder ka moment of inertia? Anyone?
Solid cylinder is mr square by 2.
Right? And here the equation would be T minus mg is ma. These are the two equations. And look at this thing. This point ka acceleration is r alpha. This is tied to a block here. Block is going with A. So these 2 points should have same acceleration because it is not slipping. So A block is r alpha. So this is equation 1, torque equation, force equation, no slipping condition. So if I substitute here, 1 r will cancel. I get T is equal to ma by 2. Substitute here, you get ma by 2, meaning I kept this thing here. A would be 2g by 3. This is your acceleration. Alpha would be 2g by 3r. So basically, torque equation on the pulley, force equation on this thing, and no slipping condition. What is no slipping condition? At the point of contact, where the string is touching the pulley, the string ka velocity, acceleration, and pulley ka acceleration should be same. Pulley ka acceleration is r alpha, string ka acceleration is a. And these two should be equal. So put that equation 3 in equation 1, put equation 1 ka then equation 2. Check out the steps. This is how you do normally the problem. But there is a better way. But you should know the general method also. Tomorrow something changes, at least you should know where to, change the problem. Put it down. Any step you didn't get, please ask me. These all are important questions. They'll be slightly different than what we did so far. So you guys should definitely, whatever we do today, right? Try to revise them before tomorrow. You have to take a rough sheet and solve all these again. So any step you think like you're not convinced, right? Please ask me, get it cleared. That is how you learn. Don't hesitate. If you're feeling shy, like after 1 year, there's nothing to feel shy, but if you're still feeling shy, you can ask me end of the class. But if you wait till end of the class, meaning rest of the class, you won't understand. So get it clear. Force equation, if you see FBD, acceleration and alpha defined, relation between them, that is the second step. Force equation, torque equation, solve. Clear? Let me show you a better way. So listen to this carefully. Net torque method. Remember, we have done this thing like net force method in laws of motion. We can use a similar concept here called net torque method. What do we do in this method? We attach the masses at the point where the string is connected to the pulley. Meaning, how? For example, in our problem right now, this is the block na M. This is what we will do. We will attach this. This is the point now where the pulley is connected to this thing. So take the block and put it like a particle, stick it there. Suppose if it was like this. M1, M2. What we will do, we will stick it here. M1, M2. Meaning as if someone welded those points there. Suppose someone gives you like this. Pulley is there, na? You stick it here. M2, M1. Meaning it's like this, and this is at an angle aisa. Got it? So wherever is the string, right? It's like a tangent. Take the particle and attach it at the point where the string meets the pulley. Got it? You can put down these examples. So this is how we connect it. So it doesn't matter how you connect it. Any angle you want to keep, you keep it. Wherever the string is touching the pulley, na, take the mass and put it there, stick it there. Then I'll show you what to do. Put it on this page. So this is the first thing that you should know in this method.
Sir, I got disconnected. I couldn't. Can you explain this part again?
what I was saying here, net torque method now, we attach the masses at the point where the string is connected to the pulley. मतलब इस केस में देखो ये string कहाँ पे attached है? This point ना. So take the mass and put there. The string is attached here and here ना. Take the mass and put there. मतलब you just eliminate the string. अभी कैसा नहीं, assume as if it is welded here. Got it? So that's the first thing you need to do. Then turn the page. Put it down fast. Then see now how to solve this thing. Then what we do is this thing. Alpha is given by net torque about the hinge by total moment of inertia about the hinge. If you remember, it was the same formula: net pulling force by total mass, loss of motion में. The only thing is this is valid only for single pulley. You can do this only when there is a one pulley ka problem. Normally that's the kind of problems you get also. No one will ask double pulleys. So let me take an example. See. So listen carefully. You can write it down. So this problem now, which we did right now, M and R. So you can attach the mass here, M. Now what are the forces? mg, pulley ka weight mg, pulley ka tension T dash. If you take torque about the center, you get only mg ka torque. What is moment of inertia? I of the pulley plus I of the particle m. So when I say moment of inertia, you have to take for everyone. There are two here. Particle is there and pulley is there. Pulley ka moment of inertia is how much? It's a disk, na? mr square by 2. What is particle ka moment of inertia? Mass into perpendicular distance. Does it make sense? So the particle is mr square. Pulley is this thing, 3 by 2 mr square. So what is alpha? Torque by I. Torque is mgr. 3 by 2 mr square. 2g by 3r. What is acceleration? R alpha. 2g by 3. Same answer. Can you see? There's no need to write equations, nothing. Meaning you will get it in like almost a single step actually. You know how to calculate torque, you know how to calculate I, put it down there. Meaning I wrote here very detailed, but in the exam, right, you need to skip all these steps. You can see and tell, na? Okay, mg ka torque is mgr, pulley is mr square by 2, particle is mr square, just divide them and finish it off. You should do it mentally in the head. So this thing, if you see, right, you not write so many equations to solve. Put it down. Let's see a few more on this model. So what we did is a net torque. Pulley ka torque is not there, only m ka torque is there. Total moment of inertia. So even though the pulley is not giving any torque, it will use torque to rotate. So torque of moment of inertia of pulley plus particle you have to take. Have a look at this. Any doubts, please ask me. Let's see 2-3 different models on the same thing. We'll get a better hang of it. Any doubts, please ask me. We are starting off for the new 11th batch from tomorrow, right? So do tell your friends. Most of the kids, right, they're chilling out at home because all exams got cancelled. Na? I mean, it's a good thing to relax, but better we start early. So tomorrow, Lucky sir is starting off with measurements, and I'll be starting from Monday with motion in a line. Hope you guys remember. It looks like, you know, just recently, na? Already 1 year got over. You guys are seniors now. So do inform your friends. It is only weekly 2 classes of 1 hour each physics, starting May, till you get used. Then slowly it will become 2 hours. So it's a gradual thing. Clear with this thing. Next thing. Now let's try one more. So the pulley, right, is a disc. MR, there's no slipping. Find acceleration of the, find alpha of the pulley. So pulley is a disc, okay? Find alpha of the pulley, acceleration of the blocks. Get it? Remember the method. Take the masses, put them at the point where the string is attached. Net torque by total amount of inertia. Any answers? Help you? See. Attach the masses here. 2m, m. What are the forces? 2mg, mg. You want torque about the center. So what is torque about the center? 2mg, perpendicular distances are minus k cap. Because, you know, 2mg will rotate this way, na? Plus mgr plus k cap. Because this mg will rotate this way. So we get minus mgr.
It is 6g by 7r.
Let's see. What is moment of inertia of the system? I pulley, IM, I2m. Pulley का moment of inertia mr square by 2. M का moment of inertia m का r square. 2m का inertia 2mr square. So that will be 3 plus half, so 7 by 2 mr square. So what is alpha? Torque by I. mgr by 7 by 2 mr square minus k cap. So it is 2 by 7 gr. Minus k cap indicates it is rotating this way, kind of obvious. And what is the acceleration? R alpha, 2g by 7. So this block, not 2m, That is also easy to find. If you see this 2m is there, na? This guy is going down with the acceleration of 2m is r alpha. This guy is going up with the acceleration of m is r alpha. So 2m is coming down with 2g by 7, m is going up with 2g by 7. Does this make sense? Check out the steps. It is quite similar to the previous one. Only the difference is there are two masses now. Total torque by total moment of inertia. Any doubts? Let's see one more. Soren, clear na? Rajat? Jash? Clear? Janay? Nemi? Clear na? Let's see one more. Similar question. So we have a step pulley here. So this radius is r and this radius is 2r. So it's a pulley, right, with different radiuses. Step pulley, moment of inertia, right, is let's say 2 mr square. It is given. Meaning if you look at the side view, it looks like this. This is how a step pulley looks. You're getting a pulley with a multiple grooves, so you can keep the thread at different radius. Able to visualize the diagram now? Find alpha of the pulley, acceleration of the blocks. So if you see this and the previous one are quite little similar, but the radiuses are different. Try. So see, this is how things work. You take one simple concept and you keep, stretching it. Keep adding small, 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 and you see. Get it? Any answers? So what did you get? Try. Everyone should try. Leave a minute more. Two G by R. Okay. Let's see. Come again.
3G by 11.
3G by 11. You get something like that. So this is 2M. This is M. So this is 2mg. This is mg. I think you forgot to subtract. You added the torques. So torque due to the center will be how much? No, you added right only. This is 2R, na? This is R. So that is 2mg into 2R minus k cap plus mg into R plus k cap. So this is minus 3mgr minus k cap. Alpha is anyway this way. What is the moment of inertia of the system? I of the pulley, I of m, I of 2m. Pulley का moment of inertia is given 2mr square. M का moment of inertia is mr square. 2m का moment 2m into 2r whole square. That would be 3mr square plus 4 7mr square. I think you got it right. The alpha would be torque by I.
So it'll be 11 mr square.
Clear. So this acceleration now again, this guy would be A of 2m would be 2r alpha. That would be 6 by 11. This would be am would be r alpha 3g by 11. So that is how the accelerations are. Check it out. Ask me if there's any doubt. Any step you didn't get, please ask me. Next one. Let's see similar mode. One more. So this is again a disk. Mass and radius are no slipping. Find alpha of the pulley, alpha of the disk, and acceleration of the blocks. This is the same thing, right? We are just twisting the stuff. Give it a try. 2 minutes, everyone.
The acceleration of the block is g/3.
He used क्या? Which one did he use? Did he use this loss of motion का formula क्या?
Yes.
That's what I was teaching you from last half an hour. Loss of motion का formula. I'll tell you how to differentiate when the problem is loss of motion or torque का problem. That was there. How to do this thing? See, the concept is same. Now listen carefully here. There is one catch here. You attach the mass here, na, to M. Attach the mass here, na, M. This is the center. How are the forces passing? 2mg, mg. This is pulley ka own weight. So that is mg. So when you take torque about the center, 2m ka torque is 0, na? If you take torque about center, you get torque due to 2m, torque due to m, and torque due to pulley ka weight. This is 0, this is 0 because both are passing through the axis. How much is that? mg r. What is the total amount of inertia? I pulley, I m. So even though you don't give torque, but you contribute from amount of inertia. mr square by 2, mr square plus 2 mr square. 7 by 2 mr square. Alpha is torque by I, which is mgr by 7 by 2 mr square. 2 by 7 gr. Acceleration is r alpha. 2g by 7. So the blocks are going with 2g by 7, not 2g by 3. Not g by 3. So here the catch is 2m is not generating any torque. 2m ka contribution is 0 in torque. It's neither pulling nor opposing. Does this make sense? Clear? Let's see one more. Turn the page. Give you a minute more. Let's see one more variation of this. This is a disk, MR, no slipping. Find acceleration of the blocks. Got something? See. So you attach the mass here, na, M. So what will be the components here? Mg sine 30, Mg cos 30, na? And this is Mg. Agreed? So when you attach the mass M at that, what you're interested in is actually the components. So when you take torque about center, torque due to Mg sine 30, torque due to Mg cos 30, torque due to Mg. Mg cos 30 is 0. Mg sine 30 का torque will be into R k cap plus Mg R minus k cap. So the total torque will be minus Mg by 2R. That is the torque. Any doubts on this? See, Mg sine 30 is rotating this way, Mg is rotating this way. So both are subtracting each other. Then what is moment of inertia? Disk is mr square by 2. Particles are mr square and mr square. So for moment of inertia, right, only perpendicular distance will matter. It doesn't matter where you stand. That is 5 mr square by 2. So what is alpha? Torque by I. Mg r by 2 by 5 mr square by 2. 2 cancels out. You end up with alpha g by 5 r. Acceleration is r alpha g by 5. Check it out. So if you see this pulley and block problems, these are the different varieties there. If you see a single block, look at the varieties here. First thing was a single cylinder, one particle. Then cylinder with two particles. Then disc with two particles but different radius. Then one horizontal one, this thing, 90-degree angle. This is at an angle theta. So if you see, all the variations are like this, but end of the day, that logic is same. Attach the particle at the tangent, total mass, total torque by total moment of inertia. Clear with this? Any doubts on this? Next thing. Now, how do you differentiate whether the problem is, from loss of motion or this thing? First thing, till now, right, all the pulleys that we solved now, there's something about that. The smooth pulleys were behaving like this. This was the string, now. If you say this point is A and this point is B, you know what was happening? When the string slides, the point A is still here, the point B has come here. So in this case, now in a smooth pulley never rotates. So till now in all the problems we did, pulley never rotated. Pulley was just standing there. String was simply sliding over it. But in a rough pulley, the difference is the pulley is also rotating now. This is what you see in real life. The pulley rotates. But in loss of motion, because you took frictionless smooth pulley, the string, right, was actually the pulley was never rotating. This is how it looks. So if this is B, this was A. Now A also will come here, B also will come here. Did you see A actually is rotated? That's why you are getting alpha here. So pulley rotates. And there is no slipping. So we have been dealing with smooth pulley till now. So in rotation, it is the first time you are encountering a rough pulley. That's what makes it difference. So what is the hint in this questions now? Did you observe something here? So this is the hint. Till now, did I ever give you mass of the pulley? Think about it. In all the loss of motion problems, did I ever give you mass of the pulley? We never cared, right? That's the first clue. Second thing, no slipping. So if you see these two words, right? If someone gives you mass of the pulley, so you can say that is a hint there. If mass of the pulley is given, and if he says no slipping, means it's a rotational problem. Means the pulley is also rotating. And no slipping. Then use this thing. Alpha is torque by I. If pulley is smooth, then use acceleration is equal to net force by total mass. So it's a loss of motion problem. So that is how you know whether the problem is from loss of motion or from rotation. Pulley ka mass. Because in loss of motion, right, pulley ka mass was useless. What will you do with it? So that is the difference, between this and the loss of motion problem. So that is what should give you a hint what to use. So put it down. Have a look at this. Clear with this? So in real life, right, you will see the rough pulleys only. Smooth pulleys don't exist. Or clear? Turn the page. No,
Just
not only this.
so done.
There is one more difference. In a smooth pulley, right? When you take the string, tension is same. On both sides. But when you take a rough pulley, now see, if I just take the string here now, can you see there is a friction between them? No, then friction, because it is rough. The tension here, it will be T1, the tension will be T2. Tension will be different on both the sides because of the friction on the pulley. So this is one thing I have to be careful, since there is a friction. If you see this problem, right, you must understand how much time it saves you. Huh? Look at this problem. You know, normally what will be the equations? T1, T2, there will be one force equation, torque equation, no slipping condition. 4 equations you have to solve. Becomes quite lengthy. But if you see now, we just solved it in what? Total torque by total moment of inertia. Saves you a lot of time. So this is one more difference. If you're talking about a rough pulley, right, the tension will not be same on both sides. So these are the two big changes, you know, in case of a rough pulley and a smooth pulley. The rough pulley will rotate. Rough pulley ka friction, because of friction, tension will change on both the sides. Smooth pulley, both the side tension is same and pulley will never rotate. Put it down. Again, this is just a small theory for your understanding, like, okay, how it behaves and stuff. But we could solve most of the problems using the Tolka method. So that is one part of the one set of problems. Put it down. Any doubts, please ask me. Clear? Next thing. Copied? We have a solid sphere. What is moment of inertia of a solid sphere, everyone?
By 5 mr square.
No, right? Sean, what is moment of inertia of solid sphere? Solid sphere का moment of inertia. Sean. Forgot. Rajat.
2/5 mr square.
2/5 mr square. Riddhi, hollow sphere का moment of inertia? Hollow sphere. Asta? Hollow sphere का moment of inertia?
3 mr square.
2/3 mr square. Remember, don't forget, people. You have to mug up all these results. Hey, Sunday exam pe all this will come again. And someone is applying a force F on the top. So you have a solid sphere on the ground and someone is applying a force F on a solid sphere. So what will happen? Body will roll, no? Body will roll and go like this. F is applied on topmost point. Find the acceleration and alpha. Think about it for a minute, then I'll show you how to do. But I hope the question ka diagram is clear. You have a ball and you're pushing it on the top. The ball will now roll and will translate. So find the acceleration and alpha. Guys, just give me a minute. Yeah. Yes, Amazon got delivery, I guess. Show you. Let me help you with this. Next one you can try. So I'll show you one general way how to do it, and then I will show you a better method. But listen to the general one. Force F, your own weight, normal reaction, friction. Make sense? And remember, this is not maximum. Don't write F is mu mg. Since there is no slipping, na? Remember, if it is not slipping, I don't know what is the friction ka value. It is less than mu n. So F is less than equal to mu n. This much I know. So don't write F is equal to mu mg there, because it's not slipping. You don't know the exact value. Clear? Then acceleration, alpha. Next thing. See, we are doing according to steps only. First thing, draw the FBD. Second thing, define your acceleration and alpha. Next thing, find the relation between them. If you're going with A and alpha, this point is going with A this way. Your point is R alpha acceleration profile. This is the ground, which is at rest. So A minus R alpha was A ground, which was 0. So A is equal to R alpha. This is your equation. Relation between A and alpha. Next thing, force equation. F minus friction is mass into acceleration. Torque equation about center. We have torque due to mg, torque due to n, torque due to friction, torque due to capital F is I alpha. mg 0, n 0. Friction का torque is F into R, F का torque F into R. Both will add up C. FR, FR is equal to I. Solid spherical I is 2 by 5 mr square alpha. So we have F plus F is 2 by 5 mr alpha. But what is R alpha? Substitute here. 2 by 5 ma. So this is equation 2. This is equation 3. Have a look at this. I'll solve it on the next page. Again, what did I do? I brought the FBD. I got the forces. I defined acceleration and alpha. Then I found the relation between A and alpha. It is not slipping. So bottommost point ka acceleration should be 0. So A and R alpha will cancel out. So A is equal to R alpha. Then I wrote the force equation. Then I wrote the torque equation. Now I'm supposed to solve the equations. So those are the 5 steps. Clear with this? Copied? Turning the page. F minus F is ma. F plus F is 2 by 5 ma. The two equations, no? Add them. 2F will be 7 by 5 ma. Acceleration will be 10F by 7m. Alpha would be A by R. 10F by 7mr. In this question, they can ask find the friction also. So what will be friction? F minus F is equal to m into A. So you get friction will be minus 3F by 7. So negative indicates friction. Actually, now you took the direction wrong. So basically on the diagram, they can ask questions like this also. Friction was like this actually. We took friction backward, no? It is actually forward. So in this thing, there will be 3 questions. Find A, find alpha, find friction ka direction. Front, back, like that. Normally, this is how
Can
we
you
solve
go
the
to
questions.
So done.
So 3 equations you have to solve. So put it down. Let me show you a better method. Copied. Now how to do this in a better way? Everyone else keep your cams on. Turn in the page. See. Listen carefully. Huh? What were the forces? Friction, mg, n, f. You know, there is one special point, you know, this one. If I take torque about A, what happens? Torque due to N, torque due to F, torque due to mg, and torque due to capital F. But the only difference is you have to take moment of inertia about A now. If you take torque about A, you should take I also about A. N0, F0, mg0. What is moment of inertia about A? I center of mass plus mr square. Now you have to use parallaxis theorem. So that will be 2 by 5 mr square plus mr square. So that is one additional step you will get. 7 by 5 mr square. What is the torque here? Look at the perpendicular distance from A to R. So F into 2R is equal to 7 by 5 mr square alpha. We get alpha will be 10F by 7 mr. What is the acceleration? R alpha. 10F by 7m. Saw the answers? This was easy, na? So by taking torque over the bottommost point, right, you can eliminate all the equations. You will get it. Actually, if you ask me, you can do this verbally. You're taking torque about this point, F into 2R, moment of inertia, use parallaxis theorem, divide them. So this thing saves you a lot of time. So this is a better way. So taking torque about the bottommost point will give you the answer fast. Put it down, have a look at this, ask me if there's any doubt. Clear with this thing. Got this logic? Let's see one more. You guys give it a try. So that is the reason, you know, I'm showing you a general method in this thing, because if I show you the shortcut now, you'll not appreciate it. First, when you know how difficult it is to solve normally, right, then you'll feel, okay, this is much better. And not only that, you should know how to do a general method also. In case something changes, so you should know where to change. Next one. Then now you guys try the same question. This time it is solid cylinder. Hope everyone remembers moment of inertia of a solid cylinder, M and R. Someone is pulling from the center now, F. The ground is rough, there is no slipping. Find A and alpha. Similar question, instead of top, I kept in the center. Instead of sphere, I kept a solid cylinder. Everything else is same. Find A and alpha. Get it. I'll give 2 minutes. Hope the question was clear. Give it a try. I'll be just back in a minute. answers? Anyone got it?
2f by 3 mr.
2f by 3 mr. Let's see. What are the forces? F, N, mg, friction. The advantage of taking about this is, do you know friction ka value? We don't know, na? So F ka torque becomes 0. So that is what is saving you actually. You're able to eliminate a variable completely. So if you take torque about A, you get only one torque, F into R. What is I about A? Solid cylinder ka moment of inertia, mr square by 2 plus mr square, parallel axis theorem. 3 by 2 mr square. So we get alpha would be torque by moment of inertia. Fr by 3 by 2 mr square. 2f by 3 mr. Acceleration is r alpha. 2f by 3m. Got it? Check out the steps. If you see this, meaning quite easy actually, you'll get it in 3-4 steps instead of writing all the equations and solving. So the bottommost point is a safe point. Any doubts on this? Clear? Turn the page. Next one. Let's see one more. Next thing. So we have an incline theta. There's no slipping and the height is h. So here we have a MR solid cylinder. So the cylinder will roll now. Find acceleration of the cylinder and time taken to reach the ground. Now, instead of horizontal, I just made it, an incline. Find the acceleration of the cylinder and the time taken to reach the ground. Hope the question was clear. Try 3 minutes. What did you get? Acceleration? Anyone? See your FBD. mg sin theta, mg cos theta, friction, normal reaction. No? This was a point A, right? So if you see now torque about A, if you see mg cos theta ka torque, n ka torque, f ka torque is 0. Only mg sin theta ka torque is there. Makes sense? What about moment of inertia about A? Cylinder, no? mr square by 2 plus mr square. So 3 by 2 mr square. So what is the acceleration? Torque about A is I about A into alpha. So that would be mg sin theta r by 3 by 2 mr square. So you end up with 2g sin theta by 3r. Acceleration would be r alpha, which is 2g sin theta by 3. Check it out. If you see, this is quite similar to the previous question. Kya hai na? See, I took f is equal to mg sin theta, isn't it? Just turn the page a little. Isn't it? Isn't the same answer 2mg sin theta by 3? If you just tilt the page by theta angle, you will see that the question is same. F ka place mein mg sin theta is there. Any doubts? You still have to find time, huh? I'll copy this page. Next one. What about the time? So now I know the acceleration. 2g sin theta by 3. I know this is h. What is this hypotenuse ka distance? H by sin theta, na? S is equal to ut plus half at square. Kinematics. S is h by sin theta. Initial velocity is 0. Acceleration is 2g sin theta by 3 ka time square. That's it. So once you got acceleration, it is simply a matter of kinematics. Put it down. Have a look at this. Any doubts? Pages on the one. Bye. Done. Now let's see a question. Now this is a standard question, right? Came multiple times, and this might come again also. When the question is so frequent, actually. So we have a solid sphere, hollow sphere, disk, ring. 4 different shapes are there. All have same mass. All have same radius. So the question is, who will reach the ground first? There's no slipping. So just now we did this question, the ball rolls down. Who reaches the ground first? So it will be like this also, arrange them in the ascending order of time of descent. Meaning who reaches first, second, third, fourth is the order. Get it? Ring, okay. Why so? Feeling or guessing? Think, I'll give 2-3 minutes. Think about it, how to do. Let me help you with this thing. See,
Solid sphere.
solid sphere, fastest, yeah?
Yeah, as it has maximum downward translation.
Let's see. Let's say the moment of inertia be I, okay? Let moment of inertia be I. So we'll get to the answer in terms of I. Let's see what happens. Now, if you look at the force equations, friction, N, mg sine theta, mg cos theta. So we are taking torque about the bottommost point. So torque about A is mg sine theta is equal to IA into alpha. So mg sine theta, what is IA? I center of mass plus mr square, parallax square. So we get alpha is mg sine theta. There is an R also here. R into force. I center of mass plus mr square. And we know A is equal to R alpha. We get mr square g sine theta. I center of mass plus mr square. Divide and multiply by mr square. So we get acceleration is g sine theta by I by mr square plus 1. Actually, you can remember this result. This is the acceleration of any body on an incline. So I could be anything. No? I could be cylinder, solid sphere, hollow sphere. You can keep anything you want. This is the general formula of acceleration on an incline. Only thing, instead of writing, I of the body, we are writing I as some variable I. Now let's see what to do. Copy. Then now see, look at the formula again. Look at here. If I is more, that means the denominator is more. Then A is less. A is less implies time is more. Because if you're less acceleration, you'll take more time to go, na? So indirectly, more moment of inertia implies more time. So who has the highest moment of inertia among the four shapes we have?
Ring.
Solid.
Ring. Ring is mr square, na? Then hollow sphere. That is 2/3 mr square. So solid sphere is the answer that reaches the fastest. That's the minimum time. You're right only. This is mr square by 2. So if you see the least time is for solid sphere. So they can ask like this also. Who reaches late? Who reaches first? Put them in ascending order, descending order. Makes sense. So this is the question they asked it multiple times. In basically every exam you can say. Which will reach first? Clear. If this comes in the exam, is there any better way to do? At least this is how I remember things. See. Alternately, you can use this logic in case you don't remember the formula. If I is more, tell me one thing. What is moment of inertia meaning? It takes more energy to rotate, right? Higher the moment of inertia, more difficult to rotate. It takes more rotational energy to rotate. Now total energy is constant, na? Therefore, translation energy decreases. Meaning if you're rotating more, the translation energy is less. If translation energy is less, that is speed is less. Therefore, time is more. So you can figure out like that also. That means whoever has more moment of inertia will take more time. Does this make sense? If I is more, you need to put more effort to rotate. If you're putting more effort in rotating, so your translation is less. If your translation is less, because the total energy is mgh only for all of them. If you see the potential energy, mgh is same for all. If the rotation is more, translation will be less. Translation is less, meaning your speed is less, so you will take more time. So exam, this is a better way to remember. Oh, my voice is breaking here. Is it better now? Can't you hear me clearly? No, sorry. Is it better now? Hello.
So there are disturbances.
Can you hear me? Hello. Just tell me, power went off here. I can't hear you guys. Okay. Everyone can hear me now, right? Fine. Anyways, that was the last problem for the day. So with that, we'll wind up the session. So all this